I've lived in South Florida for close to 5 years, and one of the things I love doing is riding Fort Lauderdale Critical Mass. As I explained in another video, Critical Mass is an international phenomenon. Once per month, hundreds or thousands of cyclists meet up at a predetermined location to ride around their city in a huge group. There's no attendance sheet or anything like that. You just show up. Fort Lauderdale is a small city though, so their Critical Mass is quite manageable. Sure, it causes traffic, and you'd be hard-pressed to see the entire group from any vantage point. But it's small compared to the ride that takes place 20 minutes away in Miami.
What's going on?
Until last week, I've never been on Miami Critical Mass. It was really fun. I ran into a lot of subscribers and fans, and I gave them all blinkies.
Hey, you guys look like you could use some blinkies.
Yes, I can use some blinkies.
Have any, brother?
Thank you, sir.
Here, man, have a blinky.
Thanks, man. Awesome.
Yeah, I got more blinkies than I know what to do with.
The whole time, though, I couldn't get over the scale of the mass. One thing's for sure, it's very different from the ride I'm used to going on in Fort Lauderdale. In Fort Lauderdale, there's free parking at the meetup spot, which is a vacant lot right outside of downtown. It's pretty convenient if you're driving there. In Miami, there's no such thing as free parking. In Fort Lauderdale, hundreds of people ride Critical Mass, and sometimes the group breaks 1,000. If you've never seen it before, it's a sight to behold. In Miami, those numbers are peanuts. I have no idea how many riders were in last week's Mass, but it was a lot. Towards the end of the ride, we stopped at the top of a bridge for a solid 15 minutes. People were passing us the whole time. When we started riding again, we were in the thick of things just like nothing ever happened. In Fort Lauderdale, it's a festive atmosphere at the meetup point. Everyone is saying hi to their friends and socializing before the ride. They know it's going to be a fun night. As for Miami, not everyone is waiting around at the meetup point. In Miami, the route looks like a big rectangle. For a mass that large, it's better to keep everyone on long straightaways through the downtown. It's the perfect way to see the best parts of Miami from street level.
For sure, thank you.
In Fort Lauderdale, the route looks more like a game of Snake that you would play on an old Nokia cell phone. The smaller, nimbler group makes its way through congested downtown areas, residential neighborhoods, and even cul-de-sacs. In Fort Lauderdale, there's always some guy towing a bike trailer with huge speakers in it. This is called a speaker douche, and there's one on every ride. They're always riding alone, and they always have terrible taste in music, but at least they're pretty easy to get away from. In Miami, there's a speaker douche every 1/10 of a mile. They're next to impossible to get away from. I'd play the audio more so you can hear it, but I'll probably get a copyright claim. In Fort Lauderdale, you may come across Benjamin on his tall bike.
Can you give me a super high shot to the back?
Wow! Dude, that's insane right there!
That's like road right there.
You can't pay for that kind of shit.
In Miami, keep your distance from Raven and his army of mutant tall bikes.
Oh yeah. Hey, what I was gonna tell you? What's up? Let me get a blinky.
All right, here's 2 blinkies to start you off.
Hell yeah.
You get a couple more blinkies here.
And it's super fast. I haul ass this thing, dude. I ran 88 miles one day.
88 miles?
Hollywood and back.
In Fort Lauderdale, the city turns a blind eye to the ride. In the past, they tried to get involved, but caused more problems than they solved. So for now, the ride is self-governed and usually happens without incident. As for Miami, the city, at least in part, embraces the ride. For the thousands of riders who participate, the Miami PD blocks the major intersections so that everyone can pass safely. They do this quite effectively. In Fort Lauderdale, tourists are surprised to see the mass passing by. They ask us where we're going and snap pictures with their cell phones. It's really fun to see the looks in their faces when they realize the true size of the group. So, half the entertainment comes from the people at the side of the road. In Miami, stay away from the people at the side of the road.
Jesus! Holy crap, man. Gotta dodge projectiles.
So if you live in South Florida or you're visiting, I hope this has given you a little taste of what to expect at each ride.
Anybody who complains about their Walmart bike, endless wheelies.
Info on Miami's ride can be found through Miami Bike Scene, and Fort Lauderdale's ride through their Critical Mass Facebook page. I'll leave links to both. If you live near Hollywood Beach, you may want to check out their ride too, which is a little more intimate. One thing that all of South Florida's rides have in common is that you can participate in short sleeves at any time of the year. For that reason, you can't go wrong with any of them. Thanks for riding with me today, and I'll see you next time.